Would you know, kasi you've mentioned about certain individuals composing the Davao Mafia. Would you know, for example, as an intelligence officer at the time, who makes these calls?
There was an instruction directly to me na i-release mo yung container because there was call from, well, sa bibig niya nang gagaling, from Pulong in Mans. Then Commissioner called the director, get off that container because there was call.
Sir Guban, sinabi mo yung Davao Mafia and there are several calls made to the customs and you in fact said, kanina lang, I was listening, na hindi actually ang nagko-control sa BOC and Commissioner, actually it's the order directly from the Davao Mafia. Would you know, kasi you've mentioned about certain individuals composing the Davao Mafia. Would you know, for example, as an intelligence officer at the time, who makes these calls?
Your Honor,
Who basically orders things around?
Your Honor, based on my experience from the call of Davao, like for example,
Off mo muna yan. Sige. Okay. Try again. Try mo ulit.
wala na. Okay. Yes, hello. Okay. Ay, sorry. Before, Your Honor, I experienced during the time of Commissioner Paeldon na there was an instruction directly to me na i-release mo yung container because there was call from, well, sa bibig niya nang gagaling, from Pulong in Mans. Then Commissioner called the director, get off that container because there was call.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For fairness sake, I'd like to solicit the what would be your position on that? What is your reaction that you that directly from you ordered that sat to, I don't know, kayo ba ho yung yes?
I would like to request the resource person who gave the instructions to him.
It was not Commissioner Faildon who gave that instruction that accordingly, based on the information you gathered, Congressman Pulong Duterte and Mans Carpio ordered the commissioner to do some things around customs. Tama po ba?
Your Honor, to our director. Yes, Your Honor.
It was not Commissioner Faildon.
According to him, because of the call coming from the Commissioner.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Adyong. The next to interpolate is Congressman Paulo Ortega. You have
Mr.
10
Chair.
minutes.
I have a few questions to directed to Mr. Jimmy Guban. Pero we have already seen po na through the interpellations of the Honorable Jinky Luistro at saka kay Honorable Rog na it is an automated and it is a large-scale system dedicated to battle corruption. But parang through the question and answers ko kanina, parang it is an intricate system, an updating and modernization system. Pero parang mas na-modernize yata yung corruption sa yung mga nangyayari sa loob. Kasi nga, when it's centralized, isa lang po pinapanggalingan ng order unless na ang ginagawa sana is hiwa-hiwalay po yung gaya na dating gawin nila na parang devolve po yung function. So the TARA system in itself, Sir Jimmy, parang ang dating po ng TARA system is mas napapadali po yata yung mga nangyayari kung pabor dun sa taong gagawa ng kalokohan o may connection sa loob. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Mas pabor sa kanila.
So parang siya, magical system po talaga. Hindi siya designed to matanggal po yung traditional na sistema. And I would believe na baka pati po itong mga magnetic lifters natin, saka mga x-ray po natin, itong magnetic lifter, yung x-ray, di siyempre, we would speculate na parang magical na rin po itong mga to. Kumbaga, depende po sa dadaan, depende po sa kliyente na papasok. Parang ganun po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Lalo pagkakaibigan na, kahit tumatagal ang container sa loob ng yarda, madali lang ulit yun i-process, tumatiming lang sila. So yan po ang...
Sige po, tuloy nyo lang.
Then yan po, pag dumaan po sa x-ray, pagka-enrolled na, so hindi na masyado bumubukas yung x-ray. Binibilang na lang. You know, I'm doing this for a change, Your Honor, for reformation. Because I'm very thankful that the Honorable Commissioner has also admitted that there was really corruption. For a change, Your Honor, and for reformation. Ang tara po ay automatic. Pag hindi ka enrolled, nahihirapan ang processor dahil naiipit minsan ang dokumento, natatagalan mailabas. Imbis na 2 days, 3 days, inaabot ng weeks, inaabot ng months. So kung enrolled ka ho sa lahat ng offices na dadaanan, and even I'm sure, kahit pa paano pinadadalhan din po ang legal. So, meron, Your Honor, that is the truth. I experienced that already. I have so many friends from legal. Kaya baguhin na po natin ngayon. Mawawala po yun pag isa lang ang opisina talaga tumanggi. Pag ang legal tumanggi, Your Honor, ipapuputol ko yung ulo ko. Pag nagdesisyon sila na walang lagay. Pag nandun sa kanilang dokumento. Now, that is a very big problem, Your Honor. If we want to clean the custom, let's all clean from head down the line. Dahil kung isa lang po ang unit na magki-clean, hindi po mangyayari. At hindi po yun mangyayari kung walang blessing, the Honorable Commissioner. Dahil bingi-bingihan, pero nandoon sa likod, ang kanyang kolektor. Hindi akin yan. Kanila yan. So, Your Honor, that is based on my personal experience for about 27 years in intelligence, Your Honor.
And Mr. Chair, no, to manifest lang, I'm sure meron pa rin pong mga ganitong problema na existing right now with the interpellations of our chairman kanina. Sir Jimmy, would it be safe to assume na kung wala po kayo dun sa sistema na yon, sa TARA system na yon, ibig sabihin automatic listado na kayo na madidelis, yung mga part na kayo ng mga smuggler, if you're not willing to cooperate and be part of that so-called intricate na system po?
Madidelay po yung proseso, Your Honor, yung dokumento mo. Or baka mamaya, mawawala pa kahit nakalads ka na. Kahit computerized ngayon eh. Kung halimbawa, 1,000, Your Honor, maano ko rin po kanina yung 2.5 na kinumpute ng dalawang kagalang-galang na commissioner po. Hindi po itong 2.5 times 2,000. Ang bawat port po about 8 or 10,000 containers dyan ang lumalabas daily. So yung nakatara dyan sa about 6,000. Yung Green Lane, Super Green Lane, kahit multinational yan, in fact, nagbibigay pa yung mga facilitator niyan eh. So yung TARA system po, it's about not only 27 billion, it's about 100 billion. So doon lang po yung sa isang port. Eh pag ang port pa po ng Manila International Container Port, Subic, Batangas, Davao, Cebu. So ilang ports po yun araw-araw na nawawala. That's for about 100,000 dapat po yan, Your Honor. Ang kwintadas po niyan mula sa taas pababa, it's more than 100,000, not only 30,000. 10,000, maybe sa isang unit lang yun, o sa unit lang namin yun sa CIS. Unit ng police. Mas worse, pagka ang examiner appraiser. Then of course, the office of the commissioner and the office of the district collector. So kung yun po ay mawawala, magiging malinis. Mapiprevent po natin ang precursors ng droga, mapiprevent po natin yung illegal importation mismo ng droga, din makakatulong po sa ekonomiya. In fact, pag maganda pang management ng custom, kahit po dollar salting, matitrace natin, then economically will improve, Your Honors. Including the agricultural products, wala pong mawawala pag wala po yung TARA. Dahil may dagdag ko po, yung import commodity clearance ay nanggagaling po yun sa ibang agency, government agency concern. Pag mayroon na po noon, nandun na po ang bilangan ng TARA. Para po makapag-import, halimbawa bigas, bibigyan ng BPI, baril, bibigyan ng PNP. So lahat po yun kasi, all it involves money pagdating po sa customs. Sana po mawala.
Yung nga po, Mr. Che, no, we can clearly see na dito po lifeblood po kasi itong, parang part of the big lifeblood of our economy, itong mga ports natin, saka ito yung mga pumapasok, saka lumalabas, no. And, Sir Jimmy, talagang based sa mga nasabi niyo po, no, talagang maniniwala ka talaga na did modernization help or hanggat may mga kamay po dyan sa likod na pumipindot ng go signal, kahit anong klase pong sistema kaya mong palusutan dito sa ating mga ports saka sa ating customs. Tama po ba yun, Sir Jimmy? Would you agree?
Yes, Your Honor. Pero nakakapag-abot lang tayo ng international standard. Pero yung corruption po, hindi po nalilisen because of that modernization. Ang kailangan po doon, hindi malaman ng examiner at saka ng empleyado kung kanino yung kargamento. Hindi po ma-identify ang container na ito kay Juan de la Cruz. Ang kailangan po doon, yung accreditation, yung account management office, yung office na yon ay dapat po sigurado na yung mga incorporator, no, SEC-registered company ay siguradong tama, hindi po bogus. Kasi wala pong makakasuhan dahil from amo, napaka-importante, doon pa lang po ay bogus na yung mga tao. So lahat po ng dokumento, kung yun ay itatama yung warehouse, itatama po yung address, wala pong makakalusot na smuggling. Ngayon, pagdating po sa import permit, manggagaling po yun kung saan concerned agency. So mawawala po yun. Now, ang kailangan po, hindi alam yung amo ng examiner at hindi rin alam ng examiner kung kaninong consignee para po mawala yung tarahan nila, gulo. Then at the same time, Your Honor, the examiner must be reassigned 2 or 3 months from the Port of Manila to Port of Batangas and the other ports para hindi po ma-identify kung anong produkto ang meron doon. Your Honor, there must also be a pre-inspection coming from the port of origin. Kasi hindi naman po yan makakalusot eh. Doon po sa bill of lading, yan ang kontrata ng importer, exporter. Nandun na po yung goods. Pag nagkamali po doon sa pagdeklara, ibig sabihin may kasabwat galing sa port of origin. Your Honor, the same with my case in the case of Mr. Taguba. Galing po sa port of origin, alam na yun kung sino nun ang nag-export. So, hindi po makakalusot ang smuggling, Your Honor. Pag mayroong pre-inspection representative, lalo na po kung mayroon din ang government ng particular bansa or country na mag-certify na yun ay tama, na importation, tama ang deklarasyon. At hindi po alam ng examiner at ang intelligence operative ng police, kahit po ang deputy commissioner, isa lang po dapat ang nakakaalam sa concerned product, kung ano ang product. And again, Your Honor, doon po sa amo, nandoon po yung importable materials. Kung ano po yung naka-accredit sa amo, account management office, yun lang dapat ang import. Kasi nakalagay po yun doon bago po aprobahan ng amo. Kung ang amo po ay under ng intelligence or under ng office of the commissioner, dapat po nire-review. Yung po ba na ini-import ng isang consignee ay nandoon sa inaprobahan according doon sa amo accreditation. If it is not, wala po doon, Your Honor, ay dapat wag na ipayagan. Kahit to general merchandise. Pag nag-i-inspect po ako niya, pinag-define ko kung anong klaseng general merchandise. Kung yan ba ay shoes na ano, swelas lang, yan ba ay kettle na ano. So yan po, Your Honor, ay power po yan ng customs. Wala pong magkakaroon ng smuggling kung lahat po yun ay tatama.
So with that statement, Mr. Chair, Ginong Jimmy, nung paparating na po yung shipment na from Indonesia is, syempre alam na po nung incoming na may shabu po yung shipment na yun. Tama po ba?
Your Honor, yung pre-shipment, ang customs po bago dumating ang kargamento, may dokumento na. Meron na po kaming advance foreign manifest. I'm sure the district collector, the office of the commissioner, even sa aming opisina po, meron na kaming advance. Hindi pa ho dumarating yung barko, may dokumento na kami kung ano deklarasyon ng doon. So pagka minis-declared po, hindi malalaman. Pero po galing po doon sa port of origin, alam na po yun kung ano ang laman ng barko. Anong laman ng container rather. Kung anong laman ng container.
Pero yun nga, pag hindi siya declared, pero there has to be someone who knows that there is an incoming na ganun po from our end. Tama po ba? Alam na rin nila na may parating na.
Yes, Your Honor, kasi hindi po maglalakas loob yun mag-import kung hindi alam o hindi timbrado sa district o sa port ng pagbabagsakan. Ibig sabihin, may linya na sila. Nag-uusap na sila, may presyo na yan kung magkano, kung paano gagawin. In my case, Your Honor, that is already more than 30 days. Abandon shipment, hindi nila ginagalaw. Tapos yung hinuli namin, kami ang kinulong. I'm very sure, the Honorable Commissioner nandito po. Abandon shipment yung hinuli namin. Wala pong nawalang kargamento kahit na ano sa loob. So, ibig sabihin, totally po nahuli namin yung shabu. Wala pong nawala kahit piso. Totally, hindi na ho nakalabas ang customs. So, ibig sabihin, may kasabot na yun doon sa district office or port na pagbabagsakan kung sino ang tuturuawin ng kargamento na yon anong oras, anong gabi, or kaya ipaparalyze yung computer para mailabas po yung illegal na droga.
Ano na, gagana na yung
Brownout.
Tara, yung magic lifter, saka yung mga
Yes.
magic x-ray, no?
Yes, Your
Sir
Honor.
Jimmy.
Opo.
Mr. Chair, for a few questions na lang po. What has the BOC done? Kasi naging malaking issue to eh. So what are they doing now na para hindi po mangyari ulit to? Mabawasan o what has been their moves? Kumbaga, ano pong ginagawa nila para i-improve yung system, totally matanggal na o malesen man lang po yung mga ganitong problema natin, Mr. Chair. Anyone from the BOC can answer.
Mr. Chair, we have learned from this experience, from this incident involving this EMT case, Your Honor, so that in the parameters, we have improved the parameters that was inputted by the Risk Management Office, so that this kind of importers, EMT was I think a new, relatively new importer, but it was able to qualify, or he was nakalagay siya sa green lane. So from this experience, hindi na po pwede yun, sir, na ang isang relatively new importer with no parang history, very short history, hindi na pwedeng pumasok as green lane. So ito lang yung mga na may history na walang violation, sir.
But again, Mr. Chair, parang these are minor improvements from what we're expecting, no? Kasi syempre, siguro I would like to ask the BOC as well. In one of your meetings or yung mga, syempre meron kayong mga ginagawang security measures. Was anyone in the meeting suggesting or even considering third party or upgrading of systems or additional security measures po?
Currently, the Bureau of Customs is in the direction of pre-shipment inspection from the port of origin, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Last na lang po kay Sir Jimmy siguro at saka kay Sir Mark. Siyempre po, matagal na po kayo dyan. I mean, si Sir Jimmy, si Sir Mark, medyo mas masasabi niyo po ba na yung TARA system din po ang naging problema? At saka kung saan na kayo ngayon, yung sistema na yun na parang naging way of life, hindi ganun ka-foolproof. Tapos kayo pa po yung nadiin. Parang ganun na po yun eh. Ganun na pong dating nun eh. Naging biktima po kayo ng isang sistema na kinasanayan po sa BOC.
Yes po, Your Honor.
So sabi nga ni Kong Jingy kanina, yung fall guy talaga. Yung nangyari sa inyo, kayo yung mga fall guy. Pero for my last question, sir, kung meron po bang representative dito, sa mga nag-file po ng cases against you, bakit kayo po yung agad na mga finailan nila? Ano po ang kumbaga anong inspirasyon nila? Ba't kayo agad yun napasok at nabigyan na file ng sunod-sunod na mga kaso?
Your Honor, sa case ko po ay pinaka-worst po yun dahil magkasama kami ng PDEA na nanghuli. I'm sure they were present today. Wala kaming pinakawalan kundi tinorn over properly sa PDEA. Then during the Senate hearing, nandun lang kami. I don't know what was the reason bakit nagkaroon ng conspiracy to import. Na present po ang PDEA during the time of the apprehension. Then the magnetic lifter loaded with shabu was also apprehended inside of the area of the Bureau of Customs. Hindi po nakalabas. Hindi pa po na-examine, kundi that was already an abandoned shipment. And hindi po namin makuha bakit po yung personnel ng Customs ay hindi po ginalaw, hindi nakasuhan. Bakit ko ako na isa sa mga nanghuli, ako po ang kinasuhan? kasama po si then late Colonel Pajardo at saka si Colonel Asierto, then the rest. Ang pinaka-worst pa po noon, may umadmit pa kung sino ang may-ari ng kargamento na hinuli namin na nawawala hanggang ngayon. Hindi na makita. It was presented in the Senate. Then after na may present sa Senate, nawala yung umamin na kanya yung consignee, siya ang may-ari ng consignee. So ako na po ang hinabol ng hinabol nung dating administrasyon. And hopefully, Your Honor, we be given right and proper justice.
Follow up na lang po, Mr. Chair. Sir Jimmy, what are you expecting from all of these hearings? Kaya si Sir Mark, may expectation pa po ba kayo? O siyempre, naisiwalat nyo na po yung mga statements, yung mga kailangan yung sabihin through your affidavits. Is there still hope? Meron pa po ba kayong ine-expect na mangyari po dito sa mga hearings natin?
Thank you, Your Honor. Of course, Your Honor, we are expecting a speedy trial of our case, especially in my case that I am on appeal. Then at the same time sana, Your Honor, pairalin po yung tama na batas, rule of law. Huwag naman po sana yung impluensya. Dahil nakitang-kita naman po kahit na hindi pa po abogado, hindi masyadong marunong sa legal, nandoon po yung katunayan na wala po kaming ginawa kundi hulihin lang ang illegal na droga sa loob mismo ng customs at wala pong nawawala. Thank you po.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Ortega. The last to interpolate on the topic of drugs before we proceed sa EJK is Congressman Acop. Congressman Acop, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Nagpalista ako dahil sa mga statement or sagot ni Mr. Jimmy Guban sa mga katanungan ni Honorable Ortega. Before I proceed there, Mr. Chair, may I ask Pidea,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
could you compare yung status ng illegal drug situation in this country between 2024 and 2023? Alin po ang nagkaroon tayo ng problema sa illegal drugs? 2023, 2024, or what?
What will we compare, sir? 23 and 24?
Yeah, for 2024, mas marami ba kaysa dun sa 2023 ang illegal drugs in this country?
Ang huli ngayon, sir, is paliit ng paliit, sir.
So it's improving.
Yes, sir. Paliit na paliit yung huli namin ngayon, sir.
O baka naman humihina kayo sa panghuli?
Di,
Di
sir,
ba pwede yun?
nag-operate na, sir, yung PNP joint with PDEA. Kaya overall, sir, for 2024, sir, kaunti yung nahuhuli namin, sir.
Ganon.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Mr. Guban, ako na-surprise ako dun sa mga sagot mo kay Honorable Ortega. May I know kung sino po ang nag-imbestiga sa kaso po ninyo?
Your Honor, as far as my recollection is concerned, it was PDEA.
PDEA.
Yes, Your Honor.
The same is true with Mr. Taguba. Sabay kayo.
Magkahiwalay po kami, Your Honor. Nauna po yung
PDEA
sa
rin ang nag-imbestiga sa'yo. At nag-file ang kaso. May I know who was the director of PDEA then?
During that time, Your Honor, nabasa ko ang director during that time is si General Aquino, Your Honor.
May I know, Mr. Chair, if Director General Aquino is present in this hearing today?
Yes, Your Honor, he is present. He was invited and he is here today, Congressman Acop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Totoo po ba yung sagot ni Mr. Guban na kayo po ang Director General ng PDEA when his case was investigated by your office?
That's right, Mr. Chair.
That's right. So, narinig niyo po naman yung mga sagot ni Mr. Guban dun sa mga katanungan ni Honorable Ortega na nagtataka siya kung bakit yung mga illegal drugs naman ay nandun sa loob ng customs area at sila nga ang nakahuli. nagtataka siya bakit sila lang ang nakasuhan. Could you explain that to this committee?
Actually, sir, more than 40 drug personalities ang napailan ng kaso with regards to this magnetic lifters discovery. Marami, sir, na hold, may mga Chinese, may Vietnamese, may mga personalities sa mga customs and all other personalities that is involved in that particular case.
We're talking of yung drug haul, illegal drug haul na involved si Mr. Jimmy Guban.
Yes, sir.
Doon lang tayo, hindi yung ibang mga insidente.
Yun na yun, sir. Yung discovery ng magnetic lifters.
May I know how many personnel of customs were charged because of this incident?
How many personnel who were, ano yun, sir?
Personnel of customs. Kasi, sabi ni Mr. Guban, yung illegal drugs, hindi naman nakalabas sa customs eh. Would that be correct, Mr. Guban?
Yes, Your Honor.
At kayo po ang nakadiscover doon. Kung tama yung pagkarinig ko, doon sa sagot nyo sa tanong ni Honorable Ortega.
Yes, Your Honor.
Di ba?
Together
Kayo
with
ni
Colonel
na
Asierto and
delayed,
Colonel Pardo.
Colonel Pardo at saka
Colonel Asierto, Your Honor.
Colonel Asierto, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, may I know kung ilan pong tao sa customs ang na-filean po ninyo ng kaso regarding this issue?
Merong mga napailan ng kaso, sir, sa customs, particularly dun sa X-ray machines and all other departments. Hindi ko lang, sir, exactly alam kung ilan, sir, ang napailan na ng mga lahat ng personnel ng customs.
Mr. Guban, what can you say about the answer of Director General Aaron Aquino?
Your Honor, hindi pa ho na-X-ray yan kasi nahuli po yan sa loob mismo ng yarda ng Manila International Container Port.
Hindi na nga po sana ako magtatanong. Kaya lang, nakuha yung aking interest doon sa mga kasagutan ni Mr. Guban, doon sa mga pagtatanong ni Honorable Ortega, na yung illegal drug shipment ay nahuli naman doon sa loob ng customs. Hindi naman po nahuli sa labas eh. Nandun sa loob ng customs. So, ako, even an ordinary person will say, bakit yung mga taga-customs, bakit nakapasok doon? Di ba? And ang tanong ko, bakit si Mr. Guban na lang nandun sa kulungan? Kaya ang tanong ko, meron pa bang taga-customs personnel na nakakulong because of this issue?
Yung nangyari sa MICP, sir, I think
you're
it's
not
only...
answering my question, DG. My question is, meron pa bang personnel ng customs aside from Mr. Guban na nakakulong dahil sa issue na ito?
Siya lang, sir, sa
Bakit
Bureau of
po kaya?
Customs.
Are you trying to tell us na nakapasok yung illegal drugs sa loob ng customs na walang pagkukulang yung ibang tauhan ng customs? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Sir, hindi lang siya napailan ng kaso doon, sir. Meron din kami mga Chinese na napailan ng kaso doon, the importers.
Hindi, ang pinag-uusapan natin yung customs. Huwag mong isidetrack yung issue na pinupursu ko. Ang tanong ko is, why is it na yung tao, kasi ang tanong ni Mr. Guban kanina sa katanungan ni Honorable Ortega, bakit ako lang nakakulong, ako pang nakahuli? Hindi naman nakalabas sa customs yung illegal drugs. So, paano nakapasok sa customs yung illegal drugs na walang pagkakamali o pagkukulang yung mga taga-customs? Could you explain that to me?
Sir, I can explain kung paano nakapasok, sir, yung container van sa...
Kayo ang nag-imbestiga eh. Bakit? Ikaw na rin mismo nagsabi, siya lang ang customs personnel na napailan ng kaso. Why?
The container van came from Malaysia and the container vans were abandoned. And that's the reason why nagkaroon ng coordination ng PDEA, Bureau of Customs, to check the legality of the container van. Kaya na-persa with all the requirements needed na binuksan, sir, yung container van to check what's inside.
Mr. Guban, the Director General is not answering my question directly. Bago pumasok sa customs area, galing sa ibang bansa, meron po bang customs office o personnel na dadaanan?
Yes, Your Honor, dahil nandoon yun sa container yard, dapat meron doon naka-assign na customs personnel, Your Honor, from that district. Port Collection District na Manila International Container Port, from District Collector, meron pong, I do not remember the office right, na nagbabantay mismo, Your Honor, ng mga container na nandoon sa abandon at saka mga bagong dating ng mga containers, Your Honor.
Hindi. Pagdating, for example, if it came from Vietnam, for example lang ito, sino po ang tumatanggap ng mga container na ito na taga-customs pagpasok sa customs area?
Your Honor, kasama ang PPA ang yung port operation, Your Honor. So yung Deputy Collector for the Port of Operation, meron yan nagsasampa sa barko, sila nag-inspect din sa kapo yan ibababa sa container yard. So yung Port Operation Deputy Collector, Your Honor, yung office niya down the line.
Now, may I ask, ano po kaya ang dahilan? Bakit kayo lang po na-charge sa na taga Bureau of Customs, samantalang kayo po ang nakadiskubre?
Until now, Your Honor, puzzle po yan hanggang ngayon sa akin dahil kami ang nanghuli. Ako, Your Honor, ang ipinakulong. And according to the complaint of the Director General during that time, ay kami daw ay nag-conspire with Colonel Acerto and Colonel Fajardo na kung saan kami po ang nagtrabaho niyan para mahuli, hindi makalabas sa loob ng BOC upon request of the Honorable Commissioner Lapina. So, ibig sabihin po, lalo na abandon container yan, mayroong nakakaalam sa office ng Manila International Container Port kung aling mga containers ang abandoned na walang gumagalaw. Ibig sabihin po, may kausap doon na taga-custom.
Kasi yun po yung kumbaga sa question mark o may walang kasagutan sa aking mga katanungan sa aking isip. Bakit the investigating body cannot explain to this committee bakit po yung nanghuli at hindi nakalabas yung illegal drugs sa customs na taga-customs, siya ngayon ang nakakulong? Matanong ko nga po kayo.
Meron din kasing na-discover kaming container van, sir, sa GMA Cavite na nakalink doon sa MICP container or the magnetic lifters. So, dalawang magnetic
DJ
lifters
Aaron, malayo po yung sagot nyo doon sa aking katanungan eh.
Sir, kaya nga namin sila kinasuhin din because nakalink din sila doon sa kaso na na-discover namin sa GMA na 4 naman na magnetic lifters na discover namin. So these are the same magnetic lifters that was discovered in MICP. And perhaps, sir, I can also ask the legal service of PDEA to determine the real reason, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
PDEA, what would be your answer to the request of former DG Aaron Aquino?
Sir, we'll check with the records. We are not still there in PDEA when that happened, but we can get it from the records of PDEA, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I cannot proceed more because PDEA is not ready to give an answer to my questions. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop.